Good to go. Yeah, I'll have some dog toes, but that's okay. A little friggin',
So we are.
yeah, little nails in the wood. Little nibbling at the shoe. Thank you, Maxie. All right. Okay, we'll get started here, and we're good. All right, Auntie,
Hi.
how are you?
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
Good to have you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Yeah, third inaugural guest on the podcast.
Awesome.
I think it's Shady Hill Stories is what we're calling it, but I'm not hard set on the name.
Okay.
But it's what we got for now. It sounded nice.
Yeah. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, and it's like an Elliott family podcast, but it's mostly Gentiles and Ryans.
Yep.
Talking to, so.
That's all right.
Yeah.
We're talking to an Elliott.
Talking to one right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How you been?
Put a lot of effort into this, I see.
A moderate amount.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, it's a good Christmas gift.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. You can keep it for however long you want. You can listen to
I'm
everything
proud of you.
want.
Good.
Yeah. So we talked today. We did a little walk. I came a little early by accident. We had a nice little 2-loop dog walk in, which was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. We got to get a little one-on-one time. I anticipated coming over here to do the podcast, but that's fine. Worked out.
Yep. Timing's not everything today.
Nope. Met Jake's lady, and then we got to get a workout in.
Yeah.
Do with. I got lucky. I came in when you were busy because I thought I might have to go for like a 5-mile run with you or something. So.
Oh, well, that was good. Yeah. And you did get pasta or meatballs.
Pasta and meatballs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
They may have not been Papa's, but.
No, but they're still delicious.
Yeah.
Good meal. Good sauce.
Glad you're home.
Yeah. Could be back for a couple of days at least.
I'm glad.
It's nice to be within striking distance now where I can just pop up.
Oh, it's so much better, isn't it?
Having to take a flight. Just drive.
Yeah.
Quick 8 hours.
I used to drive down there once a month.
Down to Virginia?
DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Just for fun?
To see Trish.
ROTC.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Yeah. We had some good times down there. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I used to have the maps laid out all over the car. If this was before GPS.
Oh, because you had to have the maps. Yeah.
You had to have maps. You didn't know where you were going.
Yeah.
And you followed the map. You went to AAA, you got a map, and then you followed it down. And it would be laid all over the front seat. Yeah. One time I went with Susan Coffee and she held the map the whole time in her hand like this. I go, you can put the map down. You can. No, I like it. I'm good. We're not going to get lost. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've never traveled with a map.
Yep. You're a little.
That's me. I'm old.
Thank you.
I was on MapQuest when I was a kid. But then that quickly went away.
What do you mean? You don't use Waze?
No, I use GPS now, yeah.
Yeah. You mean a physical map?
I've never had to use a physical map for travel.
Okay. Nice way to make your arm feel old.
I know.
Thanks.
I remember going to football games as a kid, and we'd go to MapQuest.
MapQuest, you print them out.
The printer never worked.
Yep.
At our house. So that would be like the first piece of drama.
No one's house. The printer doesn't work in anyone's house.
It's always out of ink.
Yeah. You print 3 things and it needs new ink.
Yeah. And then I'd be shotgun the front seat trying to tell my mom where to go during traffic, last minute, 9 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was always a mess.
Yeah.
I'm happy that's over now.
Yeah.
And it's just a GPS. It makes it nice and easy.
Yeah. Thank you for Waze. Well, then we used to have the little one that you put on the dashboard.
Yeah. And then there was the Tom-Toms and all the other little ones they had.
Yeah. You put them on the dashboard.
Mm-hmm. My dad.
Then the cars started making more of them. And then now you just put in Waze because it can tell you the best way for traffic.
Got it in your pocket all the time.
I do have one in my car, but you have to keep updating that, so I don't do that as much.
No.
Yeah.
Growing up, they said you're not gonna have a calculator with you everywhere you go.
No.
You gotta know how to do this. And now I have.
No, you don't.
Isn't that funny how it worked out?
Yeah, you don't have to know much.
Yeah. You don't have to know much anymore. You have it all in your pocket.
Somebody else puts it all out there for you.
Anything you want to know.
You're all set.
At the end, at a moment's notice, which is funny because I feel like you always had like an aunt or an uncle who just like knew things and you just whatever they said was gospel.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like me to you. Yeah, I know.
Be like, oh no, it's this. You'd be like, oh, that's it. But now you can be like, well, no, it's actually this. And they're like,
Yeah,
Sure.
I have Jake for that. Yeah.
Jake, yeah. He's the guy.
Jake for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. He's good.
He's got all the knowledge.
He knows more than most of us.
Yeah, he's funny too. That was one of Samantha's favorite things about him.
It's funny.
Yeah. Even when he isn't trying to be.
Oh, he's funny. Mm.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a handful.
He's not really.
No. You have great kids.
I do.
Great kids.
Easy.
Yeah, they're easy. So you raised 2 great kids.
I did.
2 out of 2. You're batting 100%.
I am.
Which is great.
And I mean really great kids. They are really easy.
Yeah. I mean, talking to Samantha, I was like, you're partying up at school. She's like, I never really wanted to drink. I never partied. Just, do homework and work out.
No.
It's like, it's great.
I offered her a drink in Aruba and she's nope.
Not interested.
She was legal, but
yeah,
she said, I'm not going to drink something if I don't like the taste of it.
There you go.
I'm not going to argue.
Yep. That sounds good.
Yep.
How do you think you and Uncle Billy's methodology, maybe that's not the right word, maybe like your parenting philosophy and how you chose to raise them and the things you exposed them to or didn't, or decisions you made them make, vice to ones you made, or no one does it 100% right?
Nope.
But how do you think the way you raised them made them who they are today?
Maybe 99% good luck. Some luck. And I don't know. I think just we were present all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite thing to do was to hang out together all the time.
Yeah.
I think we were just present.
Yeah.
And a lot of luck again. And a lot of good family to help out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah. You can tell there's a lot of love in the family, which I think is important.
Yeah.
Just from being around you guys, obviously people argue and fight. And I know Samantha and Jake were nuclear growing up.
Yeah.
That's most people, right?
Yeah, not so much now. I mean, they still fight, but not.
Right. But regardless of fighting, right, that's a byproduct of living in close proximity to anybody, right? Like you were saying earlier, there's maybe some people you wouldn't want to be neighbors with because you love them too much.
Correct.
And you have best friends that are really great from a distance, but when you live with them, they kind of
everyone has different,
right,
chemistry,
different things.
Yeah,
right.
Different chemistry.
Right. So how do you think you fostered like that closeness and that bond and that love as a family growing up?
I mean, I'd like to say it was Billy and I, but I honestly believe a lot of it was luck. But I honestly think most of it was just that we were always. I don't really want to pat myself on the back or Billy, because they're just good kids. We lucked out, but I think that both of us, wasn't one of us, both of us were always present. Mm-hmm. Every game, one of us was there, driving something. Nothing really ever took precedence over that. Mm-hmm. And we always try to be pretty open with each other and with the kids. And they always could sit there with us and talk about anything. We always told them that they'll never get in trouble if they want to talk about it.
Yeah,
they get in trouble if they hide it. I have to say, I've barely ever had to punish my kids or anything. Yeah, that's pretty freaking good luck.
That's fortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I've never had to punish them.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have taken something away when they were younger or stuff like that, of course, but they've never. Samantha's never. I don't think talked back to me. Ever yet. And Jake really doesn't talk back to me. He just more argue. Has to argue his point. Yeah, but I don't care.
Serve him well in other places.
Yeah, I always thought he'd be a little bit of a politician anyway.
So I was just thinking.
Yeah, they told me that when he was like in first and second grade. He'd be like a scientist or a politician. Political science. He always did really well in. Yeah. Honestly, I'm lucky. I don't know. I have great nieces and nephews too. I don't know. Just really lucky. We have great family around us. We're just doing our thing.
Doing all right.
I think they see that we work our butts off. We both work multiple jobs and think they see that. I don't think they always get it, but they see it and I think they respect it. We spend a lot of time together, the four of us.
Which is good. You guys go on trips all the time.
Typically, we say to them, like, this is for the four of us. And then when they got a little older, we said you can bring someone or whatever. But typically, we say, what are we going to do this summer? Like, we'd always plan our stuff first. And then if Billy and I wanted to do something, then we would do it. I do think that helps too, that Billy and I are pretty happy and that the kids feel that. They don't feel stressed from that. I'm sure they have at times when we've argued or whatever, but overall, they know that we're happy. So I think that takes some tension off of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Luck.
Yeah. And, things from outside point of view can look one way, and on the inside, maybe they're different, right?
True.
And that's life. That's like social media in general, right? But relatively speaking, outside perspective, like happy family, right? Like good marriage. Like how would you say that you've kind of fostered, and you kind of spoke to it a little bit by going on trips and keeping them involved and having that open communication at all times and things like that. But and then even between you and Uncle Billy, like keeping a strong marriage over the past 20 some odd years, right? 20 years?
Yeah, a little over 20.
How do you think you have been able to keep that going, especially with someone as outgoing
as Billy,
as dynamic, as Uncle Billy,
as dynamic as he is a family person. He's like a really listen. He drives me crazy sometimes. I drive him crazy. Mm-hmm. He's just I could honestly say he's one of the best humans in my life. He's just a good person. He is. Again, he's gonna drive me crazy sometimes with certain things, and vice versa. Like he can't even put his cup down. I already put it in the sink, or in the dishwasher. I wash it. He's looking for his cup. He's like, but yeah, I don't know. But he's just easy. I think we're opposites too.
Yeah.
In some degree, but some degree we're very similar. So we balance each other out good. I don't know. I don't know. We also take time to do stuff with each other a lot.
Yeah, you guys go on trips a lot.
Yeah, we do. We go to dinner though. We try to make. Now the kids are a little older. They're obviously Samantha's in college. Jake's a senior and he's driving everywhere and he's busy with hockey and work and doing his thing with his new job and stuff. So we have more time. So we always first, we don't just make plans with other people. We make them with each other. Mm-hmm. Then with other people, but we try to do stuff alone too.
Yeah.
So I honestly am fairly lucky. I don't know. I am so lucky. Yeah. In that sense.
Just fortunate, I guess. Yeah.
When they used to ask what I wanted for my birthday or Christmas or whatever, I said something the four of us can do.
Yeah.
Just something the four of us can do. It could have been like playing cards. I'm like, if the four of us can do it, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good thought.
Yeah. I didn't care otherwise. I don't need fancy stuff, but I miss that because Sam's gone. So last night I laid in bed with both of my kids. I hopped in the bed. They were in bed watching a Christmas movie. I hopped in. Yeah, but the fact that they're just hanging out there together is important to me. They're both home for the weekend, and all the kids are out partying and everything, and they're sitting there hanging out. Yeah. They'll go over and surprise Donnie on their own accord. Like they think of it themselves. So
that's good.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's very impressive.
Hi, Wally.
Yeah, speaking with with Nani earlier, I asked her what she was most proud of.
That I'm her favorite, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, no, I said I was her favorite grandson. I already know. She wouldn't pick favorite kid. But yeah, she said the most proud of her family, her kids and her grandkids, and the family that she's made.
Yeah, she should be.
40 years. So that was the most important thing to her.
Yeah.
She said, if you don't have a dime in the bank, it's fine. It's not about how much money you have. It's about spending your time wisely, doing what you love, and spend it with people closest to you.
It's true.
I was like, damn right.
It's true.
Yeah, it gets lost sometimes though. It's obvious. It's sometimes.
Yeah, it bothers me sometimes a lot. Change, but
and I talked to Samantha earlier. We talked about some of the favorite family memories that we cherished, or traditions that we would carry on with our own families, and it was having those. It was Christmas Eve was one of the main ones, is having the whole family come together. Plus, the extra
Mhm.
extended family, sending cousins, random people you find off the street.
We don't get.
Having everyone come in and get together, which is nice. And trying to continue that as we're in this kind of season of change where the young are now transitioning to the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The youngest is now a teenager, where he used to be.
It's crazy.
Not able to walk. Everyone's, at college or about to be out of high school. So definitely, and the house is sold, and so now there's just this kind of like flux. But then we'll get back into some sort of rhythm here.
I hope so.
Yeah. What was Christmas like growing up in Everett?
Awesome. We didn't have much in the sense of like fancy house or anything like that, but we always were there. We'd always sit around. It was very similar to what you experienced, really. Like we always sat around, a lot of food, a lot of gifts. Family came in. My mother and father always hosted Christmas Eve. Everyone came to our house. My mother would not even allow us outside the freaking front door. It was like you have to be home until the end of like Christmas night. Then you were free to go do whatever you wanted to do, like as when we were in high school and stuff, and a little bit older. But it was always good. We always sat around. There wasn't like we didn't have like traditions per se. Like we just were always home,
Yeah,
playing games, whatever, And everyone always came to us.
that's what you said. Yeah, you guys were like the vagabond house where everyone would just.
I'm telling you, it wasn't fancy, but
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, everyone just come through.
Yeah, and then Christmas we stayed home. We just kind of like we do now. We never went anywhere.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, starting to change a little travel, vacations, and things like that. But
yeah, well, that's why I'm still here with my kids. I'm not going anywhere either. Not yet.
What was it like growing up as the second youngest in the clan over in Everett with Nani and Papa and the whole squad?
I think everybody has a little different take on their upbringing, but
of course, yeah, that's why I'm asking you.
But mine was amazing.
Nice.
You make of it what you listen. I look back. I wrote Nani and Papa a letter before Papa died, and I look back and I remember thinking, God, I was kind of embarrassed because we were so poor. And then I put myself through high school, and they were like, you can't really go to private school and blah blah. And then when I got to private school, like all of the kids had a little more money than we did, and I remember being a little bit embarrassed, like if they wanted to come over. And I look back now, I'm like, God, I was so stupid because like I had way more than everybody else in the sense of like not material things. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't really know what goes on in people's houses or whatever. Mine was good. Don't get me wrong, there were a lot of problems that happened, but no one's parents are, like you said earlier, marriages are perfect. Mm-hmm. But as far as my upbringing, that's what I'll stick with. It was great. My sisters were a little bit older. They had probably different experiences.
Yeah.
But my brother and I were we were with each other a lot.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah. We still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys do growing up?
Oh my God, he's the best. He's the best. I don't know what I would do without him. It still makes me laugh. What would we do growing up? Honestly, there was so many people on my street. It was different than it is today. You knock on the neighbor's door and there's 11 kids next door. That was literally just in the house next door. They had 11 kids. But you go on the street for a pickup basketball game and all of a sudden there's 20 kids on the street. Like everyone just knocking on everyone's doors and playing ringolario and kickball and wiffle ball and whatever. Like you just played outside all day. Mm-hmm. All day. It was crazy. You had to stand and hold the antenna on the TV to get reception on the TV. Like the ears would come up. But it was just fun. It was all day, It was just different than it is today. Mm-hmm. You knew every neighbor. I knew every single person, every neighbor's name. I knew their name, their wife's name, or their husband's name, their kid's name, their dog's name, their aunt's name. whoever.
Now you just know their dogs' names.
Always. Now I just know the dog's names. Yeah. Hey,
It's better than us.
it's just different. It's different. Some people's house you didn't even knock. You just opened the door and went in.
Yeah.
I can still tell you everyone's names. It was awesome. Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah. And when we talked earlier, you said, you were having their high school graduation, not rehearsal, your reunion tomorrow. No, I was like, yeah, I mean, because they all hung out. They all live right next to each other. So that was...
We didn't.
Yeah, because you had...
I didn't, though, because mine were all from different cities.
Right.
Because I didn't go to public. And my class is probably the closest. And we're still all... I mean, I graduated Uncle Billy. We didn't date in high school, but... yeah, we... I don't know, we're all still, like, really connected. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Growing up in... over there, and you are who you are now, right? Like, if I say Rose Ryan, people are probably like, oh, like Garage Girl Fitness, like does all this stuff, very active in the community, could wake up and run 5 miles any day of the week, right? Like very fitness oriented, health oriented, right? Were you always that way, or was there like a transition or a moment where you kind of like made that transition into...
No, I was always the heavy kid. I was. Yeah, I was always made fun of by everybody, not just inside my family and outside my family. I had every name in the book. I remember I walked outside and I had one of those. I was so proud because we didn't have any money, and I had a Jordache shirt on, and it had like mane on it, like a horse. And I remember I walked out to play in like a pickup basketball game, and they were like, "Oh, you look like the horse on your shirt," and I was horrible. So I went back in to change. I come up like, "What'd you change? Because you're too fat in that shirt." They would like say stuff to me or whatever all the time. It's terrible. But that's all right. If you check back in now, it's a little different. So,
right. Yeah.
But that inspired me though. It could have made me like down and depressed or whatever, and it didn't for me. It's like I'm gonna do something about it.
Mm-hmm. So when you got out of high school,
well, I lost 50 pounds in high school.
In high school, you did? Wow.
I lost 50 pounds in high school. Yeah, my freshman year in high school, and then I gained a little bit back towards senior year, and then into freshman year in college, I started gaining weight again. A little at a time. Just, I think I didn't really exercise a lot in high school. I played sports, but I wasn't like dedicated exercise. Freshman year in college, I remember I was getting heavy, and then I left for college break in December of my high school. Of college, I'm sorry. And it's like a 5-week break or something.
Yeah.
And I came back with like 20 pounds less. I went back the first day from Merrimack. I was at Merrimack College at the time. I joined a gym. I was like, I went on a diet. I lost all the weight I put on. And then I never stopped working out after that. I was like hooked. And then I started teaching years later.
Caught the bug.
I'm like, why don't I just get paid for this?
Yeah. Caught the bug and went
oh my God, I love it. The best thing I ever did in the whole world.
Yeah. It's hard for people to get behind sometimes if they haven't experienced it.
Because I feel bad for people who don't know it.
You feel really great after.
It's not just physical. Totally, it's mental. Yeah. I feel bad for people who don't experience that. Yeah, and I think it can help in a lot of areas of people's lives.
I agree, and I don't think it's the magical pill for anxiety and depression necessarily. You can't just throw exercise at it, but I do think that if you use that as a catalyst, like try that first. Maybe
100%.
Get outside and get some exercise.
Yeah.
Move your body around a little bit.
Yeah.
Get the endorphins flowing.
And it's not exercise that takes off weight per se, but it definitely can do all those other things. Right. Totally. Strong. Yeah.
To be able to do basic daily tasks without being out of breath. And
picture your adrenaline, everything. I think you handle situations better. Listen, I always say all the time, no one ever says, I wish I didn't go to the gym today.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody. But some people just don't have that drive. They just never let themselves cross that line. It's hard. Yeah. It is.
That's the thing, too, is I think there's a line you cross where it's uncomfortable in the first probably month or two. But if you stick with it for maybe like 6 weeks and force yourself to do it, then you kind of go over that hump of like, then you just kind of ride it out.
Yeah.
It's easy at that point. It's never easy. But
Best thing I ever did.
it makes you want to continue to snowball.
It's the best thing I ever did, by far.
Yeah.
It changed my life. I mean, I was a private detective for 30 years, and I walked away to do this full time with nutrition, but I was doing pretty well. So, I mean, it's definitely, oh, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
So you graduated from Merrimack. What did you go to Merrimack for again?
Well, I went for my freshman year, and then I was taking all like crazy classes for all this money, so I transferred to Suffolk. So I went undergrad for Suffolk for sociology with the crime, law, and deviance. And then I wanted to get my master's degree in criminal justice, and Suffolk didn't have it. I could have went for free. So I graduated from UMass Lowell, and I had like 50% of my MED done too at Suffolk. And then as soon as I graduated from UMass Lowell for my master's degree, Suffolk offered it.
The criminal justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
But that's all right. I got to experience UMass, which is good.
Yeah. It's old news now.
It is. It's fine.
Gone. So
yeah.
I hope. You never know. They stick around for decades at this point. So.
Yeah. You don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so you graduated did you just go back to back?
Yeah.
Back to back.
Okay. Yep.
But then once you graduated from UMass Lowell, what kind of got you into the PI deal? Or were you doing that during college as well?
No, I was working at Suffolk actually, still. No, I found this little teeny ad in the paper looking for a private investigator. And I'm like, this has got to be crap. I had applied for I actually got, closest I got was, I was going to be a correction officer at Lynn District Court. A court officer. I forget what it was. I was a correction officer, but it was at Lynn District Court. I still remember the guy's name was Don, and he was the chief probate. Oh, I'm sorry. It was probation. That was a probation officer job. Yep. And he called me and he's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, you were my top candidate out of hundreds of people, but I can't hire you because you're white. That's what he told me. So, but you know what? In hindsight, good for me because I found a better position, so it worked out. But then I went this little article. So I went to Quincy. I went for an interview, and I interviewed with this guy Bob Long, who's state police retired. Who did a lot of work on the Whitey Bulger case and everything. So I worked for him, and I'll never forget. He's like, all right, I had an interview with him. He goes, now go write down about the interview. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I want you to write me. I want to see how you write. So I wanted you to tell me what we just discussed in the interview. All right, whatever. So later on, he hires me the week later, and he's like, you know why I hired you? I'm like, yeah, because I'm really cute. He's like, no. He's like, I hired you because you're an athlete, and I know you're competitive. I can tell by the way you talk to me. And I'm like, really? So I thought that was kind of a cool take on that.
Yeah.
So he hired me because of that. He was the toughest boss I ever had in my whole business career. He was tough, but he was good. He taught me a lot. Good. So that's how I got into it, and then it just
kept on going down.
Yep. Then I went to an office. Then I was a vice president of research in Canton at Counter Group, and then I went to Decision Strategies, and then I went to Markham, which is an accounting firm in Boston, and I started up their investigative division. But then I opened Body Infusion, and I just ended up leaving because it was just too much.
Yeah.
And then Jake got diagnosed with diabetes, and it was just a big mess. So I'm like, I just did this full time, but this was the best thing I ever did.
And what kind of probably gave you that itch, if you can draw the string on it, maybe? What gave you the itch to kind of go into the criminal justice flavor of job? Is there something that
back when I graduated?
Yeah, something that made you even want to go do it. Maybe was it something from your sociology, or was it?
Sociology was crime, law, and deviance. So that was what it was. It was equivalent to a criminal justice undergrad major. Yeah. So that's why. I don't know. I don't even think I knew what else I wanted to do. Honestly.
Yeah.
Who knows at that age? Yeah, I went to college at 17 because I was an October baby. We didn't go to school like that, so I was a baby. And then I don't know. I just kept going with it.
Roll with it.
At that time, though, you had to go to college. You had to get a master's degree to go on in my field, and I did, and it was great. And I did, and I did very well with it. I still do it sometimes on the side, and I can consult and stuff, but I don't know. I'm just too I work too many hours, so we'll see.
Yeah, and what do you do as a PI? I mean, I worked with you for like very menial tasks, like go to the courthouse and
Yeah.
pass record. But I mean,
You could do a plethora of different things, right? So you can. I didn't do any domestic. All of mine was through either a law firm. Most of mine was through a law firm, whether it was directly or indirectly. So I did a lot of med malpractice. I did a lot of like due diligence. So if I don't know, ABC company wants a loan and they go through Bank of America needs to do their due diligence on them before they give them millions of dollars in loans. So I would background like all of their offices, high key execs, making sure they're a good fit for the bank to give them that much money. Does that make sense?
it does, yeah.
Yeah, and I found some weird stuff on people. Oh my God. But I did that a lot, and I did a lot of medical malpractice. So I did the Reggie Lewis case. I worked on that case. That was interesting. I worked on the Archdiocese case. That was a big one. And a bunch that you probably don't know the names of, but they were really fascinating. Oh, I worked on a Warner Brothers case.
What were those cases like?
Well, the Warner Brothers one, someone thought it was a huge case. Someone actually, it was a patent case. Like a guy was trying to, I think he was trying to get rich. Oh no, I'm sorry, Warner Brothers. It was I can't think of the name of their I'm not into like I don't I'm not into like cartoons and all that. Yeah, so I don't know the name. But basically, this guy was suing Warner Brothers because he said that was his. It was his cartoon. You would know it if I said it. I just can't think of it as a little guy. And the guy had a very valid point. So at that point, I had to invest background. Warner Brothers hired us to investigate this guy. Basically, everything comes down to money. Are they going to get $1 million or are they going to get 50 million? Like a lot of cases, med mal, like the guy would, they would mess up. We always worked for the doctor. It's just because I told you, like the insurance company hires us through the lawyer. But someone would be messed up, and basically they know they messed up. Is it a matter of, is it ruining his life, or is it just a small like glitch? But they made some big mistakes. A lot of
That's terrifying.
Honestly, I would never get plastic surgery
Nope,
not unless it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Or like something.
Right.
I have to get it, but I wouldn't get it. But a lot of that cases. The Reggie Lewis case, Michelle went into the prostitution rings and stuff. I just did more of the Aaron Brockovich stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Do you think that as you're saying that, I'm thinking of like you as my mom and being like pulling the string on anything that comes up as with your private investigator background, to just be like just asking the 5 whys. Be like, well, why?
Yeah,
Why?
I try not to give that away.
Why?
But I always sit facing the door.
Yeah.
When I go to restaurants and stuff, yeah, I always do.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
Carry over to life, but they're good things to.
Well, I always know where the exits are when I go into places.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were just in Nashville, it was really crowded, and I'm like, I'm only gonna go to this level because I can only jump out this high.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, but it's sad, but it's crazy.
Look at things with.
Those are the things that are in my mind, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where every exit is.
Yeah. Always ready to go. At a moment's notice.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
Good. So you've always been active, always been doing, active while you're doing your PI stuff. Have you ever had to like do like a stakeout when you're doing PI stuff? It's like hanging out.
I've had to fake out with different people all the time. I've had to walk up to random people's doors. I mean, it's just do it.
Crazy. Is there any story like stands out as like some wild thing that happened where you're just like?
No, except the guy that was handling himself. Yeah. I'm like, this is my stakeout. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. God.
Oh my God. That was in downtown Boston. That was like on like Newbury Street area. Yeah. No, just typical stuff. Yeah. Michelle and I had fun though, because we'd have to go into restaurants on the easier stuff and just eat and drink and check out like if they were stealing money and stuff like that. Yeah. But we would have so much fun because we would be having drinks and whatever.
Hanging out.
Yeah. Professionally. Always. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And were you teaching at this time too? I know you worked at like Mike's and some other gyms and did like stuff early morning. Were you doing both at the same time?
Always.
Yeah. I remember going with you to some gym when I was young. It might have been like Workout World. Did I make that up? I might
Yeah,
make that up.
you made that up.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was some like big box gym and you were going to teach something and it was like there was an issue. I don't remember. It's a very vague memory.
Really?
I remember going with you.
Like, I mean, you guys went everywhere with me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was at a bunch of gyms.
Yeah.
Always.
Always teaching something.
Always.
Yeah. So what have you taught?
Everything.
Like everything. Everything else.
Everything but yoga.
Everything but yoga.
Yeah. Kickbox. Bar. Pilates. Muscle. Spin. TRX. Boot camp. You name it. Not yoga though. No.
Not your style.
I just really didn't have time to. Yeah. I could probably throw out a class though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem. Yeah. I could teach anything. Yeah. Down dog. Plank.
listen
Warrior.
To yeah, exactly.
I could do that. Yeah.
Start throwing it in the mix.
I could do it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah. And how did you kind of get into teaching? I know you said like you were to fitness, so you've always kind of like been teaching, but where did you kind of get your foot in the door? Like your first gig? Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, MG Fitness, where I'm still at. I was there first. The guy that ran the program, his name was George, but I just woke up one morning and I'm like, why am I paying to go to the gym? They should pay me. And because he's like, would you want to teach? I'm like, yeah, sure. And that was it.
All done. Did you have to get certified?
I teach way too much, though. No one teaches as many classes. It's kind of not that smart sometimes.
You do all of your classes, right?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Yeah.
I've taken some off now that I'm an old lady, but like the cardio bags class that they hit the bags, I don't do that anymore. I just teach them. Some stuff you have to teach. You have to motivate them.
Yeah, you're right. I taught at your studio for a little bit with like zero experience background. I had no idea what I was doing, but I don't think I did any of the classes.
No.
I just stopped.
They loved you though.
And then I was like, oh yeah, because you would talk about you would do your classes for the day and then do this and do that. And you'd be like, getting all these steps. I'm like, oh, but she does the class and she teaches it. I was just like trying to.
So I don't do them as much because I teach 20-something classes sometimes a week. So, and then I run 2. So I don't do as much, but I do the majority of them. Yeah. Plus I run. Yeah. I'm probably by like 10 a.m. at 20,000 steps.
That's crazy.
Maybe 15. Yeah. Never any other way.
Yeah.
Nope.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now you're here.
Here I am.
Go Fitness. Here we are.
Here I am.
At the house.
Yep.
Got a studio in the basement.
Doing great.
Awesome.
Yep. A lot of personal training, a lot of nutrition, and a lot of classes. And I'm still at MG in Wakefield. So
still at MG.
For now, yeah.
The door's open over there.
Yeah, I run that program.
Good.
Yeah, I love it.
And you opened up Garage Girl in what, 16?
No.
17?
17.
17. Yep.
I closed my studio in 17 and opened this one at Body Infusion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Best thing I ever did.
Maybe through the COVID years, through all the crap, adjusted
hair
stuff. Oh
yeah, we were the only wackos out running on the street. The cops are looking at us like, "What are these people? There's no one out right now." We figured we were together the whole time, so it was fine.
It was like Fight Club. It's like underground.
I'm not going on. That's what we felt like. Yeah. We were in the edge. I'm like, this is like prohibition.
Yeah.
Except it's 100 years later. Yeah.
And you're doing something positive.
Yeah. We're not drinking.
Yeah.
We should have.
Yeah.
We did. We were in all the time like the cops gonna come down the street. We just felt it. But then we were in the parking lot at Walgreens for a while, doing boot camps because nobody gonna touch each other.
Yeah. Doing the online deal. I think I going for a little bit too.
I still do a lot online.
They could open up a lot of stuff for the fitness industry.
I was actually doing online before COVID.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Yeah. I was. So it was an easy transition for me. So it's good. My life is good.
Good. I think that opened up a lot of people to do a lot of things online. But
yeah.
I realized we didn't have to be there in person for.
No.
Which is nice.
It is.
Because sometimes it's not worth going up. to do something where it could have been an email.
No, I even feel like the doctor's appointments sometimes, like just do it online, unless you have to be there.
Right. That's where most of mine happen now. Is like over the phone. It's like
Just easier.
checking a box. Yeah, like to the doctor.
I don't know. The traffic's worse than ever, so I don't know where everyone's going, but
Everyone's going everywhere. Yeah, I was home and this summer we went down to Revere Beach and it was like just so different than I remember it. So many people and so many different condos, apartments, buildings.
There's some nice ones down there too now.
Yeah, they're nice.
It looks pretty nice. It's a lot. That's what I was saying even when I went to Nashville. I've been going to Nashville for like, 8 or 10 years with Elaine. And it was never like this. It was like New York City on New Year's Eve. You couldn't even move. I'm like, next time I'm going like Monday to Thursday.
Yeah.
Because everything's still open. It was too crowded. I told you at some points I'm like, I think I gotta know how to get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get the itinerary after this for a trip.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best. So fun.
Going around New Year's Eve, so maybe go a couple days before if we can hack it. So it's not too crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
See. Good. So here we are. We got Garage Girl Fitness going. Got the 2 kids. Samantha's gone. Off to college. Jake's a senior. Figuring it all out. He doesn't have mono anymore. He's ready to play hockey in a couple weeks.
Hope so, yeah.
When does the season start?
The tryouts are after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
So Monday.
Wow. It's coming up quick.
Yeah.
Does he know what he's going to be trying to do next year? And I'll talk to him after this.
Yeah, he's a plumber. Yeah. He's working down the seaport. He's doing great.
Yeah, I see that new gig at the seaport.
He's doing amazing.
That's awesome.
He really is. He's just thriving.
Jake.
He'll be fine.
He'll be okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he will.
And then he'll run for mayor here once.
You don't know. Maybe he will.
I think he will.
Yeah.
He has all the makings of one, so very likable guy. I wrote about balancing your life, balancing your personal life with the demands of the kids and the business and all the other 100 obligations you have. How do you find time, or how do you find balance, I guess?
I need to work on that a little better because I don't sleep very good. No, I really got to work on that. I've been saying that I'll be 80 by the time I figure it out, but I just do the best I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm tired a lot of days. Yeah.
I'm
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I do. I don't sleep great. I go to sleep very easy, but then my mind races.
Yeah.
Starts to race. So I'm not really a good sleeper. I don't feel like I'm stressed. Just a lot on my mind,
Yeah.
But whatever. Who cares? It's all good. I really try to travel. That's the only time I feel like I am like totally rested.
And do you unplug usually when you travel? Do you kind of like put business?
I do. When you own a business, you can't just shut it off.
Right.
But I do definitely have gotten. So when I had it out at Body Infusion, when I was out of my house, at the studio, it was a little bit different because I was always trying to like come up with the next plan, come up with the next program. I think I've fallen into a position where I could always make more money. That would be great, but I have a solid clientele. So I feel like I'm a little more relaxed about that. And they're like unbelievable, the people that come to the garage. When I tell you, like, unbelievable. They make me go on vacation. Oh, they'll tell me you need to take some time off. Go. Like, they're just great. Yeah, like so supportive. I have the best people in my life. Honestly, that's how I do anything. My family, like you guys, and my circles are amazing. I'm just lucky.
Yeah, your circle has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, I do try now to go to bed earlier. I try to I don't go out during the week. Very rarely, unless there's something going on, because I'm usually working anyway. I work kind of late Monday through Wednesday, but I work long days, so I really don't go out during the week. But other than that, so even if I can't sleep, I try to stay in bed, just try to like rest my body a little bit. But like I go on vacation. That's how I love it.
Reset you a little bit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anywhere fancy.
Yeah. Go to Lynn.
Lynn. Yeah, go back to Lynn. Yeah. If I go to New Hampshire, whatever. I like to get away.
How do you decide where you go on vacation? Is it like,
as Billy would say, the decision is not when we're going on vacation. Like he's like, you always want to go on vacation. I go anywhere. I've always been like that since I was a kid. I thrive on going away.
When's the next trip?
Sunday morning. I'm going to Lido Beach.
Yep. Back down.
Yeah. I'm going to Lido Beach till Wednesday. And then I am waiting for Samantha's softball schedule. And I will be down in the South probably 3 times, February, March.
Nice.
And then hoping to go on a cruise with you guys. In summer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Italy's on my agenda. That's next. Definitely. Jake wants to go with me too, so.
Yeah. Maybe next fall.
I'm going.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's not promised. I've seen too much.
Yeah. Take the trip.
Take the trip. It's true though.
It is. Yeah, we'll have to iron out that stuff. But
yep.
Yeah, that's a good point too. It's like tomorrow is not promised, and just you can get sick anytime. Or
I gotta say, so one thing Papa taught me, right? Like, so I've noticed this is probably my pet peeve, and I'm good on saying this. When people are going through rough times, people will come and help you, right? Like everyone reaches out. I'm sorry, what can I do for you? But when you're happy, not all people, but I see a lot, like when you're happy or things are going really good, people are like, wow, she does a lot, or must be nice. I see that a lot. And I'm not a fan of that. I feel like if I see you doing great things and you're happy, there's more reason that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. I like when I see people doing, that doesn't mean I'm not going to help you if you're not happy, and don't misunderstand, but that's probably who I am. Mm-hmm. I love when people say, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, or I'm going here. Good, go. And that I think I got from my dad, because he always was like that. Because I would be like, I feel guilty, I'm going for coffee on Saturday after class. He's like, own it. He used to tell me that because the kids were little, and I'd feel bad because Billy would be here with them in the morning, and I'm like, technically I was working, I was just going to get coffee. And Billy never cared. He's always supportive like that, always. But I would be like, Dad, I feel so guilty, and he's like, but own it. That's your time. Take the time and go. Like, do what you're going to do. Like, I'm not asking anyone to pay for my trip. I'm not asking anybody to pay for my bills. So when people do good things, are happy, I think more people should just be happy about it. Mm-hmm. Like, push them to do that. Go. Because tomorrow's not promised. And you see a lot as you live. And I think that that's really important. Mm-hmm. And I know that if I go away with Billy or my kids, I'm 100% in. It's more fun. I mean, I'm a little neat freak in the hotel and all that. I get it, but
this is a quirk,
we all have our own quirks, but no, I think you can have more fun and it's more relaxing. And someone offers me to go somewhere, I'm 90, unless I can't really go, I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'll figure out. And I think that I love that when I see you traveling, or I see the other kids traveling, or my siblings or anyone. Auntie Mickey went up to New Hampshire this weekend. Aside from not being able to see her on Thanksgiving, I was really happy to hear that she did that, kind of get out of her zone and went up there. That made me happy. So that's my motto. I think everybody should push people to do more and be happy for them when they're doing good things, not just worry about them when they're not doing good things.
Right. Push them towards the positive.
Yeah, take keys from people who do great things and are happy, and good for them. Mm-hmm. And I think Papa always said that, good for them.
And most of the time, it's just a decision to go. The logistics work themselves out, but it's just like,
listen, you know how much crap you hear about that happens to people? And it's like, could be anybody, and it could be whenever, and it's sad. And what good is it if you you know, I mean, I'm not going to die with leaving money anywhere anyways, or live leaving money, because I've never had a lot of money, but it doesn't matter. I've lived a good life. Like I travel, I do stuff that I want to do. You know, I go to dinner with Billy, you know, we're always, you know, I mean, you have to have a good foundation. You have to pay your bills. You have to do the right thing. I'm not saying that, but live. Live.
Yeah.
It's cliche, but you can't take it with you.
I promise. You can't take it with you. Throw it away. You got it, because you can't take it with you.
Go. If I could say anything to you at 29 years old, go. Yeah. Go. Have fun. Be safe, but have fun. You know, it's true. And it's cliche, I know, but I feel that way. I do.
That's good advice. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have, you know, not to veer too much, but, you know, we have some examples of that in front of us in our lives, which are like it's not good, right? It's not a blessing in any way, but it kind of drives home the fact, like, hey, you don't know.
You don't know.
Get sick. You could be bound to where you can't be traveling around. You can't do things on your own. That can happen any day.
You just don't know. You gotta live. You gotta live. I want all my nieces and nephews just to have fun, and my kids, and, you know, enjoy life, because if you don't,
right? Yeah, if you're stuck in bills and work mode.
Yeah. And that's why, as much as back to me and Billy, like, kind of brings it full circle. Like, as much as he drives me crazy sometimes and I drive him crazy, we balance each other, though. Because I got to reel him in sometimes, and he has on certain things, and he has to reel me in on certain things. Because I'd have 16 trips booked in 6 months, and he's like, "Oh, we cannot do all that." I'm like, "I'm going." Yeah. He's like, "We just can't do all that. We just don't have the means." And I'm like, "We'll figure it out."
Yeah.
So it's a good balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's not just me reeling him in.
He's gonna reel you in too. So that,
yeah.
Let's maybe 4 vacations is okay for the month of February. You know,
4, yeah, 4. Well, we might be on 4 because Sam's got softball, so I don't know. We'll see where we end up. We didn't get our schedule, so
yeah.
Sometimes
I think fitness helps with that too, where you can either travel to places for things, you know, not necessarily, you don't have to, but you can go to a marathon. And why do one in Boston?
Oh, I've done a million of them in different places.
Texas,
yeah. I did one in Vegas. I've done one in Cleveland. I've done them so many places. Yeah. So much fun.
We'll travel to it, right?
And beyond that, just went to Mexico to teach. All I had to pay for was me and one adult. I paid $700 for the week, all inclusive.
To teach? What did you teach in when you went down there?
Pilates.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
At an all-inclusive resort. My flights were on points, and then you pay a $700 fee, all inclusive, so $350 a person. Wow.
How did you get asked to come teach Pilates in Mexico?
I can do it anywhere. I'm part of this company that you can travel and go, and I did it in Dominican too. The reason why I didn't go that much in between those 2 trips is because the kids were little. I forget, really, and sometimes I felt like I didn't want to go and have to work.
Yeah, that's fair.
Some of them you do like teach in the morning and then at night, and I didn't want to do that because I don't want to teach at night. If I'm on vacation, I don't mind the morning, but I didn't want to have to go back at night. Yeah, no. I have to on vacation.
It takes the buzz off. Yeah.
There's a couple of them though that you just do mornings, and the one in Mexico is just mornings, so it was worth it. No one even showed up. I think 2 people showed up all week. And it was by the pool, so I just sat there,
just waiting,
hanging out, talking to my friends on the phone. Yeah.
Not a bad life to live.
No, so I'll continue to do those.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
So however they come.
Whatever.
Nice. You can do half of your classes remote anyway if you really wanted to.
Yeah. I was doing that for a while, but I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go on vacation.
It's nice to see people in person too.
It is.
A face on the screen.
Yeah, but yeah, I could do that. So get certified. You can go anywhere you want aside from military or regular vacations. You can come with me.
Yeah.
And sometimes they need 2 people.
There you go.
Yep. Today. All set.
Yeah. I don't know if I can do Pilates. I can't really touch my.
No, you can do anything. They have boot camps. They have all kinds of instructors.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to book a trip now. You got me all pumped up.
Go for it.
Yeah. Ready to book a trip.
Go.
Somewhere. So
go. Are you going to Florida next week?
Florida.
Couple weeks.
Yeah, the cross country trip. Take it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, supposed to go to Finland, didn't work out, but
Portugal's after Italy for me.
Portugal. Yeah.
And Ireland. I want to go to Ireland just for a weekend though. That's enough. I am most excited to watch what my kids do and where they grow and how they succeed.
It's a big transition phase for the fam. You know, everyone's up and out. Now they're going to become real people and do real things. And
it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing. They're both doing so well too.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
I'm happy for them.
They both do, and the secondary cousins too, and see how they.
All you guys
come up
and little Sam will be next.
Sam.
Well, he's going to high school next year.
And Theo.
I know, so cute.
Jenna.
We're lucky.
Yeah, it'll be good. What would you say of all the accolades you have and all the things you have and have done? What would you say you're most proud of?
My kids.
Kids. Yeah.
My kids and my husband.
The family around you.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I am.
When Papa passed a few years ago, it's been just about 3 years now, right? Coming up on it.
Nope, we're past 3 years.
Coming up on 4.
May of 23, so May was 3 years. Yep.
Coming up on 4 years. Was there anything you took away from that, or anything that he kind of passed on to you, or anything?
Everything. That's the biggest loss of my entire life.
Yeah. Dead?
Yep. He would watch my dogs. He would talk to me on the phone. I got in the car. I'd talk to Papa. He would watch my kids. He'd come here and cook. He'd spend time with us all the time. I mean, all the time. He used to drive to investigations with me in other states. He would spend the night there with me. Yeah. That's definitely the biggest loss for me. That's been the hardest thing for me. But him and everything I've had to watch Auntie Gail go through has been really hard for me personally. But what I've learned from him the most is he's Papa wasn't perfect. I know that. I'm not perfect. But for me, growing up, like as we got older and stuff, he just got better and better. And he was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I make a pretty good meatball for someone who doesn't eat meat. Taught me stuff like that. But I think full circle, he taught me what I said earlier.
Right.
Live, go have fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
Don't hold back. He always said that.
Yeah.
And whenever I said anything to him, I might do this. Oh yeah, go. You should go. Do it. Go. You should go. Never like, well, you can't really afford that, or you can't. Yep, go.
Yeah. It's an important lesson.
Yeah. So that's probably what he taught me the most, I think.
Just about 4 years now. Talking with Nadia about it earlier, and yes, it was bad timing. It's never good timing, I guess, right? But
no.
As far as not being able to go see him or be around.
Oh, it was horrible.
So.
He never really got a funeral or a wake or anything either. We couldn't.
No.
So it sucked, but.
Yeah, but he lives on through all of us.
He really does. I take his ashes everywhere with me, drive around with them. So. Yeah. I used to think that was so disgusting when people would tell me that. I'm like, what? Now he's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's all over the place. He's in Hawaii. He's hanging out.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. He's in the sauce. He's in the meatballs.
We put the ashes in Saratoga during COVID. We came back the next day. We put them all in the flowers in the front. Came back the next day. All the flowers were dead. We didn't tell you that? Ask Samantha and Jake about that one. Yeah. And Billy. We were all 4 of us. They have those huge flower beds in Saratoga at the track.
Yeah.
Before you go in, like, I mean, they're
Giant,
beautiful.
yeah.
So we spread his ashes out there, and then we came back, drove by the next day, all the flowers were dead. Yeah. I mean, he was no florist type of guy anyway. You know?
Yeah.
But
he was good in the kitchen,
all
not so
dead.
much in the garden.
Yeah. All dead.
Yeah.
I don't know if it killed him or I had to.
I guess. Yeah.
It was so bad. It's funny though. Yeah. Ask the kids.
I will.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Yeah.
God's truth.
He's made it around a lot. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
It was on through all of us, but that's really all I got, Auntie.
Well, I'm proud of all my nieces and nephews and my family. You guys are all amazing. I'm just so proud of you. I really am. I'm grateful that I've spent so much time with you guys too, especially when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
All of you, Georgie, Frankie, Sam.
Sam.
That was a great trip that I just spent with Sam in Aruba. That was probably the time of our life. Yeah, we had a blast. Okay. I think they'd say the same. I hope.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, it was a blast. Yeah, it was fun. I couldn't
get hold of you guys. You guys were either partying during the day or partying at night.
Oh, we're busy. We're busy. We don't get time to talk.
No. Only time I get phone calls at like 11 o'clock at night.
I was sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't answer this phone call right
now. Yeah, I was probably sleeping. It was probably Sam and Jake.
Yeah, Sam and Jake and Uncle Billy, yeah.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. Those two are out downtown. Oh my God. They had more stories. Because they had to get little Sam in. They said he was little people. Yeah. So that why he was so short, because he was 21. All right.
13 years
Oh, thank you, John.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
All right.
Sitting down and doing it. We'll do it again soon. Well, I don't know.
Sounds good.
Figure it out.
Sounds good.